In Chapter 13, we learned that it takes time to make an effective persuasive speech, and that rang true in mine. Today, I want to discuss how I felt before, during, and after my speech, a strength and weakness I had, and a goal that I can use for next time. After my informative speech, I was pretty shaken up. I wasn't sure if it was my best because it was an intense topic, so I wanted to make sure I didn't feel that way after this speech. I practiced more than I ever have before, and it ended up paying off. During my speech, I was calmer than I've ever been in my presentations, and I felt less pressure, and I knew from the beginning that it was going to be a great speech. Afterwards, I felt that it had been the best speech I've given. I think I couldn't have done it better, and I'm hoping I can continue that trend in my next speeches. One strength I think I had was my visual aid. I was nervous about using a visual aid. I think it was something that I would struggle with, but it ended up being my strongest component. I had simple, engaging pictures. I didn't overcrowd it with words. I cited my sources of the pictures either verbally or on the presentation, and I think it was in keeping with the tone of my information and was kept very classy. It also helped me to transition a walk and engage my audience because I could scroll through the pictures on the screen, which was a great component to my speech as well. One element that I think I can improve upon would be keeping myself on track of one thought and not having another in the back of my mind. That was prevalent in my policy statement ending my speech because I stumbled on my words trying to remember the great statement I had come up with to end my speech, and I ended up stumbling on a few words, nothing that the audience couldn't figure out, but I think it knocked my professionalism a little bit. When you combine your strength and your weakness, it's easy to come up with a goal. The goal that I want to have for my next speech is keeping my energy and enthusiasm that I had in this one. One of my audience members actually told me she felt she was listening to a TED Talk, and that was the most amazing compliment because it showed that I am making progress in my speaking, and speaking is becoming one of my passions, and it's paying off. I think I can meet this goal by practicing the same amount or even more if possible, which is always possible, and keep the trend of talking about things I'm passionate about because I care about what I'm talking about and I can easily add thoughts and take them away as I'm going. I think that helps me to make an engaging speech. If I had to grade myself, I would give myself a 9 out of 10 because I think it's the best I've ever done. However, there were a few detailed mistakes that I can fix and would give a great speech, but overall I had an engaging intro, I had evident credibility and connection with my audience, I had strong, detailed sources. I overall think it was a great speech that I've given. In Chapter 13, I wanted to focus on issue awareness, making it coherent to my audience, which I believe I did. I used problem-solution organizational patterns, and I even put the cause, which is very unique, so my organizational pattern became problem, cause, solution. I had a favorable audience, which helped to make it such a good speech, which I now know that is a big impact, and I think my arguments were made perfectly clear and hard to disagree with because of the sources I used. The most important aspects that I've learned in this speech course are energy, precision, and confidence. I plan to grow those 3 aspects in my last speeches of this course, and I'm excited to see where I end up.